going to wash some shit. I don't even know what we're going to wash. It's been almost a year since I got Power Wash, and we still are only a little over 2/3 of the maps left to finish. So we've got to finish these maps before Power Wash 2 comes out. Let's go upstairs. Let's figure it out. Let's talk about it. In retrospect, I'm not even 100% sure that I set the scene right. Did I set the scene right? Let's find out. Curtains up. That's promising. No, it's only because I had monitor capture on. Let's fix that. 1 second. Game capture. Power wash. There we go. Hey! Oh, I love that. Is that an actual, like, Twitch emote? Okay, so we can just have straight-up GIFs from movies now? Is that allowed? Okay. I thought I was tripping up using a something awful emote. I guess you could just use whatever. Alright, let's finish up Midgar. Last time we did Power Wash, we were doing this stupid huge robot. It's always been allowed. I am pretty sure that you can't just use copyrighted, that you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to use copyrighted stuff. Like my stupid Garfield, it's because I drew it. That's like straight up just a GIF from the movie. I'm not opposed. I don't give a shit. I'm just like, oh, you gotta be careful with that, I guess. There was like one last thing to get. Random sound effect. Watch your ears. Yeah, that sounds fine. Is that Michael Scott? It totally is. Do a big butt play. This thing's got a butt. Look at it. Oh, look at this butt right here. Did I need this for anything? Hold on. Where's my camera scene? No. That's my Undertale scene from How to Get Through the Maze that I fucked up entirely. Let's just take a picture of this because that's the butt we're looking at. Where... It's this that I need to finish. I only have like one last thing to clean. I didn't want to work any more time on this stupid robot. This robot sucks. This map is not very good. I don't know if I'm going to be giving any crazy opinions that nobody else has ever had before. I don't think the ones that are this intricate where you gotta go under pipes and stuff are really all that good. I don't think they're that fun. Are you ready to see the are you ready to see the full screen though? Let's check it out. That does look good. Also, if you see my my outfit I have, I just spent all of my money on a fancy black outfit. Like the most expensive thing you can get in the game, and I spent a lot of money on it, and it looks really jazzy. So what are we doing tonight? I'm going to save Warhammer. I've got an idea for Warhammer, but I need to flesh it out. Do we want to... We haven't done Tomb Raider. How long is the obstacle course, do you think? Let me look it up. Hi, Phalanoid. What's going on? So, I mentioned... Let's get myself back. Hi, it's me again. I mentioned in the Discord that Lara Croft's obstacle course... that we're not going to be finishing Undertale. So tomorrow, and by tomorrow I mean the day after tomorrow, I've got a better idea. It looks like about an hour for the obstacle course and quad bike. It's kind of boring. It's kind of boring. I've got a better idea. Let's go back to the bonus jobs. There's one I've always wanted to actually finish up, and it's the stupid gnome fountain. Let's do this one. I've seen a bunch of people open up the gnome fountain. And I wanted to actually do it and get it done. Now, can I use my actual proper gun? No, you have to use a crappy gun. Okay, or not a gun. A power washer. All right, that changes things. All right, that's fine. So, guys, how have you been? How was your day? Did you have a nice summer? How's your wife? Did I miss anything exciting? When was the last time I streamed? It feels like it's been forever, but it has not. It was Sunday. That was 2 days ago. 2 days have gone by in a blur. I wanted to talk about something today. So, I'm subscribed to the YouTube channel that's been hacking into the North Korean TV programs. And today I watched a very interesting cartoon. It was, and I'll tell you what, the auto translation worked really well, as far as I could tell. I mean, obviously, it's a computer, so who knows? But based on what was happening on screen, it seemed to be relatively well translated. It was a cartoon about a bat. It was one of the. Well, it looks like the game's a little loud. Let's turn both of you down. There we go. It was the Clever Raccoon series. There's a lot of North Korean cartoons on Tubi. Is there just a bunch of shit about a bunch of North Korea stuff? Huh. Interesting. I wonder if they have like the.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Now we're cooking with gas. It's no surprise that I'm very fascinated with North Korea. Obviously, I have to do the caveat of what is it? And Korea. I don't agree, obviously, with anything that big old chunk guy is doing over there, but the whole concept of their media and their entertainment is very, very fascinating to me. It was a cartoon about you're interested in seeing where the United States is headed? No comment. It was a cartoon about a kid who was watching a TV program about a boar. This is already boring. Let me rephrase that. There was a boar who was doing a shooting contest, and the raccoon kid was like, "Oh yeah, that boar is really cool, but this other guy is even better." And then the other guy and the boar.
You're showing the penis!
Showed the penis.
You can't show the penis in the intro!
Which they're not allowed to do.
What are you doing?
They're not actually allowed to show the penis in the intro of the Clever Raccoon cartoon episode. Anyways, things happened, and a bat ended up getting invited to the shooting game. Simba the King Lion is a 1996 North Korean Italian animated series. It's probably just on YouTube too, isn't it? If it's Italian, then they might have like copyright issues. I'm not really worried about upsetting the North Korean Copyright Office. I'm not super keen on involving the Italians. That said, it's interesting they decided to use a North Korean, or excuse me, a Lion King. Just a little bootleggy. What am I looking at? Apple has changed its liquid glass thumbnail after someone noticed an unfortunate play button. Haha, that's funny. Anyways, in the cartoon, the bat was like, Finn is freaking out in the storm. I'm sorry, Finn. Finn, you're a good boy. At this shooting contest, the bear, the really braggy bear was like, I'm doing really good. I can shoot all these all of these targets, and the bat could do it too. And the bat was like, you think you're tough shit? Why don't we do this with our eyes shut? And the bat was like, if you can't do it with your eyes shut, then you're a pussy. Kind of, that was the vibe that was happening. So the bear character was like, I'm no bitch. Mama didn't raise no bitch. I'll play your game. Novice pirates make terrible singers because they can't hit the high seas. So the bear obviously sucks and almost hits the referee because he can't see. And the bat is just over there, and they zoom in really close on the bat, and they're like, I'm sorry, that was probably really loud. And the bat was like basically choking on its own spittle. And we, of course, know, those of you that know about bats, it was using its echolocation, and it was cheating. It was seeing through the blindfold, and it could see where the targets were. But nobody knew that. Nobody knew that in North Korea. So they were like, all the animals were like, wow, bat is really good at shooting targets. And they made this bet where they were like, hey, if we win the shooting game, then the bear has to give up their gold medal. And the bear was like, well, if I have nothing, if not my honor. So he was giving up the gold medal. And then the raccoon character was like, no, hold on, bear. Hold on a second there, bear. Just a hot sec. Listen. The bear shut his eyes and opened fire into the crowd. I don't know if you're being facetious, but that's literally what practically happened. And you'd be surprised, because if that bat didn't hit every goddamn target, I'll tell you what. So the raccoon who had studied in school was like, now hold on a second. If you think you're so hot shit, let's do this with our ears plugged. And the bat was like, no, what? Because now the bat was like, oh shit, I can't hear anything. Now I don't know where to shoot my gun. And obviously the bat couldn't hit anything. And the bear character had developed some sort of special glasses that I didn't mention at the beginning of the episode that helped him see. Basically, the raccoon character who helped out at the end also cheated, but nobody cares about that because the bat lost face, and bear character was able to he was able to keep his medal, and it was a nice little scene, and the friends walked back home, and tilled the rice fields. Whatever they did, they took care of their gardens. What? Yeah, he developed some glasses. The name of the episode was something along the lines of Clever Raccoon develops glasses. And hold on, I looked up I basically did a Google-esque translation of the YouTube subtitles, which are absolute trash, 100%. But basically, the whole last 5 minutes of the episode were the bat, they don't see with their eyes, they see with their ears. Bats send out sound waves from their mouths, and when the waves bounce off objects in return, they hear the echoes and know where things are. That's called echolocation. That's the thing about North Korean cartoons that I think are incredibly fascinating. With a few very, very notable exceptions, North Korean cartoons they're not propaganda in the same way you would think. They're propaganda, absolutely, 100%, but with the exception of like 3 cartoons, they don't bullshit about the US or about Europe or about anything. They don't talk about the evils of other societies or South Korea or anything like that. They talk about how cool it is to be in a society and building a community and a friendships with each other and working hard for the betterment of your country. It's extremely patriotic. Let me put it like this. It feels like every cartoon, some of them are like G.I. Joe. You remember G.I. Joe? The cartoon show? Of course you do. I was really hoping you would play Be Careful, because that would have been incredible timing. But yeah, that's the thing. Fun fact, bats don't actually echolocate with their ears. Don't they use like a organ that we don't really know much about? Also, really good Jumanji channel. Don't they use like the Fleming's organ or something along those lines? I know that's the cat thing, but I honestly don't know that much about bats. I know the basics. They're nocturnal. They eat bugs. Sometimes they eat fruit. Sometimes they eat blood. But for the most part, they eat bugs. All the extra shit they have on their face. Oh, like they make them look like kind of pig-nosed things. Bat face. God, bats are fucking ugly. Look at these fucking bats. These bats are... They're adorable and hideous. I lost my chat. There it is. Ever seen a bat's face? They look like that because of echolocation. I mean, there's a lot about bats. There's a lot to be said about bats. They pee on their own face. Delete Roar TV. What was on Roar TV? Hold on. What? Jumanji? The Jumanji channel? It was a great channel. You prefer fruit bats? They look like winged puppies. Flying foxes look different because they don't echolocate. I want to be a fruit bat. No, the wind turbines? Which one were the wind turbines? Oh, was that the heavy machinery channel? This one? You don't like the wind turbines? That's pretty bad. It's too late now, but there will be other wind turbines, and if we see those, that's not that good of a channel. I feel like when you grow up, you learn a lot about bats. You learn a lot about bats when you grow up, or at least I feel like I did. Like, more than once in school, you get like a lesson on bats. Or maybe I'm thinking that because I'm confusing that with Pathfinders. I might be confusing that with Pathfinders. There's a crazy amount of wind turbines in Indiana. I wish there were more wind turbines everywhere. But you gotta think about the birds. They're right outside Chicago. Oh, it's the Windy City. The Windy City there. They gotta take advantage of the wind. I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? Oh, have I ever talked about Pathfinders? That should be a whole night. That should be a whole night talking about Pathfinder. There's got to be stuff on YouTube about Pathfinders, right? Oh man, it's not Pathfinders aren't complicated. They're Boy Scouts for Seventh-day Adventists, but there's a lot to be said about all that. They didn't have anything cool. There was nothing cool going on with the Pathfinder, or at least outside of the Pathfinder community. There was nothing you could say, I was a Boy Scout and pull out your trusty pocket knife and be able to build a fire. Now, could I build a fire with the morals that I learned, or the lessons I learned in Pathfinders? I don't know. I feel like I could build a fire. What do you think, Kitty? Do you think if you were lost and abandoned out in the middle of nowhere, do you think you could build a fire out of what we learned in Pathfinders? I did a lot of camping. I really did. Once upon a time, I used to camp a lot. Not really I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna drink a big sip of coffee while I'm straight up. I fucking hate camping. I know this probably isn't a huge surprise to you, Kitty. I think I've said as much. But the more I think about it, I hate camping. I don't like it. Now, glamping? I could glamp like a motherfucker. What's over here on Roar TV, by the way? What's over here on Discord?
Hey, over here. You're the facilities manager?
That's pretty funny. We could, but we'd curse the whole time. We would be able to survive. Let's say we're lost in California during a historic drought. Could we light a huge fire? Let's say someone we knew was pregnant, and we needed to let people know that we were aware of the gender of the baby, and that we were perfectly happy perpetuating heteronormative standards. Could we set a forest on fire? If all we had was an M80. You like glamping? Have we ever glamped? I like the idea of glamping. Have we ever actually glamped? I guess being in like a chalet. God, I need to do like Camp Kalakwa. I'm getting all these ideas when I'm doing other shit. That's what's so annoying. Hold on. I need to do like a Kalakwa night. I'm gonna put that in the scribble pad. Boop. What's my favorite animal that starts with an M? What's your favorite animal that starts with an M? Mouse is the first thing that comes to mind. Meerkat? Macaque? I really like macaques. We need to let everybody know about a fetus's genitals. Can we destroy the... Yeah, exactly. It's very important that we let people know that our embryo has a penis. When the kids were babies in Sarasota. When the kids were babies in Sarasota. I don't remember that. Was I there? I may have been working. I'm trying to think of more animals that start with M. That's about it. Like mouse. I really like meerkats. Meerkats are fun. Why is this gnome not getting... Do I have to go on top? Come here, you. Also, do I like this? What's happening in this channel? Oh, no, I don't. Bye. A whole lot of movement. Yeah, I could definitely glamp. What kind of glamping did we do? Was it on the houseboats? Are you talking about the houseboats? Mountain lion. The entire room was white, and we could walk right out onto the beach. No, that's not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the hotel when we went to the beach. You would have thought Roar would like a mallard? I don't think of mallard when I think of duck. Our son was like 6 months old. Are you thinking... There was like a beach place that we went to. God, I would need to see this. I mean, let's be real. It was 15 years ago. So the fact that I don't remember it offhand is not incredibly surprising. What about a macaw? I do like macaws. I like macaws. but I don't want to actually do anything with the macaw. I would love it if I could have a macaw and have somebody else take care of everything, but I wouldn't wish that on anybody I liked, and I don't want to pay, so I think I'll just enjoy macaws virtually. We each had cabanas. I'm drawing a blank, kitty. I have no memory of this. I probably would if I saw it, but I have no memory of this. Sarasota. We were on the beach.
I'm dead. Come here, you gotta see.
Shit.
G.I. Joe!
Like I said, if I saw it, I kind of think I remember what it was, but I don't know. Moose. What up, moose? I don't really like moose. I think moose, just moose. Moose are kind of jerks, aren't they? And I'm like, honestly, they've earned the right to be jerks because people are stupid around moose. But they're kind of assholes. Daughter wore a blue swimsuit with polka dots. I remember, did we have a video of that? Am I thinking of the right video? Then I remember the beach, but I don't remember the house. They're jerks to people. Moose aren't jerks, but they will not suffer jerks. I'm almost 100% sure that we could find a video of a moose being a jerk real fast. And I'm not saying that most people haven't earned the right to be stomped by a moose. Like, you put somebody in front of a wild animal, they turn real stupid real fast. I've told you the story of the Egyptian goose, right? Like a bunch of times. I know I've told the about it attacking a Segway, but I don't know if I've told the story enough about the Egyptian goose with the Japanese. Well, I don't know if they were Japanese, with the tourists who were poking it with a Snickers bar. Just a goose that was. I actually do know they were Japanese. They were speaking Japanese. But yeah, it just doesn't matter to the story. The goose was very upset. 95%. I don't know why I'm talking about the goose. 95% of moose incidents are someone being a jackass, either intentionally or unintentionally. Maybe they were Korean and just love anime. Is that term allowed? You can say weeaboo, right? Is that word allowed? I probably should have vetted that a little before I said it straight out. That word hasn't been canceled, has it? You don't think so? I won't say it again. You would be so excited to be poked with a Snickers bar. They were poking the shit out of this goose. It was
weeb.
Weeb. I think you could say weeb. How about weeb? Is weeb allowed? I gotta stop saying this shit. Can I say that? I don't really need to say it. I just need to know the guidelines. I think people don't say that anymore for a reason. What do we say? Do we say otaku? Weebs call each other...
Bunger?
Bunger! Hey, Grandpa. Are you saying that grandpas call each other weebs? Just gonna move the goalpost wildly. Is that what you're saying right now? Because I'll tell you what, I don't even have any grandparents. I do have grandparents. I don't even have any grandpas. I can't even ask them. I can't even imagine what they would say if I asked them if they knew what that word meant. Probably just smile and nod, if I had to guess. Part of me wants to, there's just something about the bat in that stupid cartoon. The animation was so wild on it. Yeah, basically this. Listen. Long story short, I loved that goose. And from what I heard back in the day, allegedly it had come from Animal Kingdom because, you know, it was like native to whatever area, like over like Egypt. It's supposed to be like an Egyptian goose. But it just kept flying back to Epcot because goose don't care. Goose don't care about you. Goose don't care about yo shit. And the tourists were perfectly happy tolerating this very upset goose. And it was funny to me. And I miss that goose sometimes. And I hope he's doing okay. He's probably dead. He's probably, as I'm saying it, it's like it's been at least 12 years. He's probably dead. How long do these things live? How long do these fucking things live? How long do Egyptian geese live? 8 to 50. Yeah, it's fucking dead. Dead as balls. I hope it had really angry children. Can live up to 20 years. It's assuming it has to be at the very youngest, it has to be at least 18. And there's no way on a diet of popcorn and Snickers bars it's doing too hot at this point. The other day I was taking a walk and every now and then ducks and their children will just decide to hang out in the pool. They just really like hanging out in the pool. In human care, Egyptian geese can live to be 45 or 35. This thing was not in human care. Let me see. I have the wiki page up. It doesn't say. Distribution. Behavior. In their native range, predators of Egyptian geese include leopards, lions, cheetahs, old world vultures. Imagine you're a goose and you get taken out by a vulture. You're perfectly healthy. This vulture just decided you're food. I feel like I would not be happy. I feel like I would not be happy being taken out by a vulture. Can I power wash a moose? I don't think that's an option, no. Apparently Florida does have crocodiles. I don't know if you're being facetious, but apparently they do. What about New World? It's a good question. Why are they called Old World Vultures? What are New World Vultures? Wait, there is a New World Vulture. What the hell? What the? Okay, so this is an Old World Vulture, and this over here is where'd it go? New World Vulture. This is a New World Vulture. That's interesting. I did not know that. You learn something new every day. Florida man starts petition to replace Sword of Mana with a spork. Florida mans are very low in the rotation of repeating Willow statements, thankfully. Old world vultures are from Europe, new world vultures are from America. But these new world vultures, these are the ones from America, but we see old world vultures all the time. Like these damn things. Well, actually, no, we don't. No, we don't see those. Never mind. I take it back. Apes and monkeys. I've never heard that terminology. I believe it. Good to know. These, honestly, I love Power Wash streams because you learn something new every time. I learned that Willow really loves pulling Ponyo. She loves Ponyo a lot. Almost like she wants me to watch it again, and I just have no interest in watching Ponyo. I guess monkey is probably one of the best M animals that starts with the letter M. Monkey really encapsulates a lot. Like there's a... If you say that you like monkeys, in terms of the average general public lexicon, that's a lot of different creatures. Like you said before, mountain lion. Oh, I was wondering why you were saying mountain lion. I was like, all right, mountain lion, got it. I was willing to let it go. Like, oh, you want that's your M word, gotcha. It's a big kitty, kitty. You don't like monkey? I like monkey. I like apes. I like gorillas. Gorillas are very interesting to me. I like chimpanzees, but I don't like that they're kept in captivity a lot. I feel like they haven't seen one of these in a few days. Where have you all been? I feel like at this point we really no. That's just a vagina from Virginia O'Keefe on Roar TV down there. Actually, no, it's not. We know what she wanted, but that's just a clam. Never mind. I was wrong. It wasn't a vagina. I like gorillas. Gorillas are very fascinating to me. Clam is slang for it. Where's that Virginia O'Keefe Family Guy? What's the symbolism in your paintings? I think I'm running out of ideas to add to Roar TV, which is probably for the best. I mean, it's not like it's going to change the cycle anyways. I've got a whole bunch of different subfolders for stuff, but I'm just sort of running out of easily accessible big deposits of movies. It's like it works best when like the walking tours of I added some things from a YouTube channel I found that went to like Washington DC, and there was like a whole bunch of stuff. He went to the Lincoln Memorial. That'll show up at some point. Like that's exciting. We can take a little field trip from the comfort of Kitty Theater. And look at this waterfall here. That's very pretty. Oh, I don't know what we're gonna get now. Okay. I'm going to start getting rid of those North Korea channels because that cartoon looks boring as balls to me. There are a billion channels. I'll have you know that last time I checked, there was only about 357,000 channels. Do you want me to check right now? I could. Where is my channels? Let's just run a search for MP4. How many are there? Okay, it's looking in the background. There's no real easy way of knowing because there's a lot of folders and subfolders. Although I guess I actually there's a way easier way of doing that. Can't I just like look at the properties of channels? Yeah. Okay, yeah, here we go. Want to see? This is kind of funny. Let's just watch the number go up. It's 51,000, 53,000. I'll just let that go on in the background. We'll see how many Roar TV channels it finds. And really, that's the crazy thing. With quantity, we find quality. And yes, there's a lot of slag. But what great smelter hasn't dealt with their fair share of slag? You know what I'm saying? Just the other day, speaking of slag, this is sort of a wild topic shift, but I just went down a tiny little rabbit hole in my head. There is an old-timey game that we did not play, a MMO, that was adjacent to the game we did play. Like, we did play Nexus, the Kingdom of the Winds, but a video came out recently on YouTube that was about the sister game from the company, Dark Ages. And the community, the Nexus Discord, can't stop talking about the damn Dark Ages video. And I can't help but wonder if they aren't just a little jealous, because apparently like 500 people started playing Dark Ages overnight. So I can understand that they might be a little what about us, but we got it. You've said your piece. You've got it out of your system. Chill out. It's not you can't make your own video. Make your own video and make that one go viral. But I don't want to say entitlement. Wild amount of just why don't they think about this other game? This game has been going on for just as long. In fact, even longer. Why didn't they make a video about our game? And I appreciate the hustle, but it's just calm down. So are these? I gotta get them from the backside. There we go. Have a short bat song. You want to know something? This song's real damn hard. Oh, they're adorable. I have the bass of it on the B piano, and it's actually really hard to play. So I have a number, by the way. I have 571,594 channels on Roar TV. That does, to be fair, include the holiday channels. What is happening in that TV, in that emote? Is that... It looks like the Monos the Hands of Fate guy. I need to like actually click on it. What is this? Oh, it's a bat. Aww. I didn't see the bat. I gotta say, when I looked at the YouTube videos for this particular map on Power Wash, I was skeptical at first. I was like, there's no way. I have all of the best equipment. There's no way that it's going to take me 2.5 hours to finish this particular map. I've got all the best equipment. these people probably just did it when they hadn't upgraded their stuff. And then I got into the map, and it forces you to use old stuff. Which, gonna be real, kind of sucks. This Roar TV channel also kind of sucks. Get out of there. You know what would be a good channel block? I wonder if Captain Planet is on archive.org. Did you guys ever watch Captain Planet? Because if you didn't, you should have. It was a good show. Like Captain Planet, that was one of those shows that made you want to care about the environment. Like, they could do anything they wanted for Earth Day and stuff. Captain Planet was the one that made you want to be good for the Earth. Captain Planet was psychotic. I used to think Captain Planet was psychotic. Once upon a time, I thought the villains in Captain Planet were so ludicrously evil that they were unrealistic. What Asian stereotype do you hear the most? Personally, I've got the Sony surround sound system. That one doesn't get a laugh button. In fact, that one gets a boo. Now, there was a psychotic Rick and Morty episode inspired by Captain Planet, but I don't think that's what you're talking about. Oh, it's a Spirited Away channel. We don't see that one very often. The thing I love about all of these 578,000 channels, though, is just how much crazy variety there is. I've got so many different classics and movies and things that are perfectly legal in terms of fair use. But there's just, I remember when I started the stream, I was like, are they allowed to use those emotes? Isn't that copyrighted? Meanwhile, I've got like, I'm not even going to say what I've got. I've got things that could be interpolated as not belonging to me all over Roar TV. So maybe I should not give as much of a shit. These kids had a private island and a private jet and they weren't fucking. I mean, they might have been, but they didn't put it on the show because it was for kids. That's one of those things. It's like the Power Rangers. You think those guys didn't... I don't want to even interpolate because, like I said, teenagers. But there are feelings abound. They might go to Zordon's home and hold hands. Same with Captain Planet. You think Gaia gave a shit? Gaia was probably all for it. Gaia's like, heck yeah, make me some more Planeteers. You pop them out, I'll make them older right away. I'll Benjamin Button these bitches. We need more people. I'll give you more rings. The other rings aren't as good, though. They aren't as good. I only had 4 good rings, and then I made heart and gave it to Mati. What else can I give you? The first kid gets the coffee ring. This ring only controls coffee. You're going to have to figure that one out. Every problem ended up being solved by Captain Planet himself, and yet every time they try and solve shit before giving up. I think to their credit, they probably don't want to call Captain Planet all the time, because at that point, what's the point? Like, why even bother? You get the feet ring. That one went to Quentin Tarantino. Let's check his rings. Hold on. Quentin Tarantino rings. Talking about the Lord of the Rings movies. He's wearing it. He's wearing the foot ring. Also, I guess that was a monitor capture. Uma. You get a ring that controls darkness. Ooh, Like, that's cool, I guess. How does that work? I don't know. Kids don't want to experiment anymore? What's wrong with you? Well, I mean, I guess it's cool. It's like one of those vampire powers, I guess. It's like, what is it, Twilight shit? Give me my ring back. You don't get the darkness ring anymore. You get the feet ring. Do you have a penis ring? I don't think that would help. I'm not sure how that would help the overall... Because in theory, they might or might not already have a penis. So that really wouldn't assist unless there was a circumstance where you would need two penises. Like, say they needed to lockpick something, and you really only had your penis. You would have something else to use as like a counter, like to brace against. Earth, Wind, Knife, Fire, Heart, Meat, Knives. I want the knives ring. I would like the ring of knives. Who gets the butt ring? The butt. That would have been a great statement for it to... It can pick up to 4 words to make butts. It only chose 1 that time. Anyways, we are 50% done with this map. I think I lost the thread earlier, but what I was trying to say was it doesn't let you use the best equipment. You're stuck with some garbage equipment. Stuck with the anxiety ring. Now, do you have to have anxiety or do you control anxiety? Because how would that work? Let's say where's the really shitty enemy? The Captain Planet Fat Hog enemy bad guy. This guy. Oh god. I forgot how stupid he looked. Say you're up against Hoggish Greedly. Suppose you're up against this guy and you have the anxiety ring. What is that? Should we assume that he already has anxiety, or would this just amplify it? You know what made me sad? When the entire internet hated, and still does, hated Big Bang Theory, and it was just like, it felt, it's such a mean thing. It's like the show is so harmless, and yeah, it's a little cringy at times, but I feel like the internet gets a very heated about it. You get anxiety, and your power is to only increase people's anxiety. Okay, we can work with that. Oh, snake on Living Desert. So what about Hoggish Greedly? Do we assume this guy has a lot of anxiety? I think that I think that Hoggish Greedly specifically had a lot of anxiety. You think the show's humor is pretty mean? You hear a lot of people hated Big Bang Theory for the nerd equivalent of blackface. You mean like Okay. I'm not going to touch that one. And I'm not sure I'm willing to take that leap. But there was yeah, you're right. There was a lot of racial humor. There was a lot of the bad jokes, you know, it was a syndicated TV show. It was full of bad jokes. It was a rough subject. All right, fair enough. I forgot about God. I forgot about the time period it came out in. I'm also like cherry picking like scenes in my head that I don't remember being too bad. Also, the Penny character seemed a bit problematic. Like she existed only to be a bimbo and a companion for Leonard. A bunch of Jew jokes and Catholic jokes. It was Fox, right? Was it Fox who did Big Bang Theory? Do people legitimately like Young Sheldon? Is it the same people who like the Big Bang Theory, and does it have the same issues? Go Young Sheldon. With Asian and Indian jokes. Yeah, like with... I don't even remember. His name was Raj, right? All right, that's fair. It's been so long that I forgot about the valid criticisms. Fair enough. I'm remembering like I can't even remember any. All of the scenes I'm thinking of are problematic, and I can't even really like. Why did I like that show again? I think I just like romances and the chase of the romance. So I think the Leonard Penny romance, as contrived and all previous arguments not forgotten about. I do like the idea of the guy who has a crush on a girl or vice versa ends up finding the guy or the girl. And I think that's a little sweet. That said, yeah, I do now remember the controversies. I don't think it excuses it. Yeah. I think the Sheldon character wasn't too problematic. Although, wasn't it kind of ableist too? Wasn't it sort of given like almost like a I don't even know where to start with that. Your mother watched a lot of Big Bang Theory and you've seen a lot of it. I used to watch it a lot. Yeah, I think Kitty and I and the family, it used to be super popular. Just remember people used nerd-sploitation. It's not a real word. Second hit. Nerd-sploitation is not a thing. There's never been a better time to be a nerd. Big picture of Big Brain Theory. Sheldon wasn't even the issue in Big Bang Theory. If anything, he's the only nerd on the show that wasn't outwardly offensive, besides the pretty clear ableism. Yeah, ableism aside, which, can't really do that. I think the Sheldon character was probably the most interesting on the show, which was kind of the damn point, wasn't it? Everybody else is sort of reacting to Sheldon. Like 80% of the stories are Sheldon does or does not understand something too well or not enough. Basically, smart guy is dumb about thing. And that happens for about 15 seasons straight. I think by the time I stopped watching it, it had just kind of gotten old hat by that point anyways. If you could give a dog a human job, what would it be? Any human job? Any dog? Like... I'm going to take the spirit of that question as... if you could have a dog do a human job, kind of like a police dog level of competency. Librarian. Dog librarian. That's what I would like. I want the dogs to be able to have a huge, quiet room that they can relax in and play in when they want to. The dog cannot be president. You still think Big Bang Theory was in reference to Leonard theorizing he could bang Penny? I'm pretty sure there is a story of a dog becoming president. There is, isn't there? There's a fucking movie, isn't there? Air Bud, but president. Wait, what? Okay, thanks AI. While Air Bud is a fictional character, the U.S. Constitution doesn't explicitly prohibit a dog from being president. I mean, yeah, I guess. Technically. What about a gardener? Being a librarian would be a hazard? Well, their job would be to, be at the desk and receive pets. and everybody would go and pet the librarian dog, and then they would go to the computer and look up the book they came in for. Dog would have to be over 35. Well, that's only 742. It's 7, right? Math is hard right now. I'm so tired. 7, 14, 21, 28. Yeah, 35. 5. Math is fucking hard right now. I've been up for a very long time. That's not a librarian, that's a greeter. I think a dog would be a great greeter no matter where they're at. What if a job that dogs don't already have? What is on this channel? Historic ships in Baltimore. Oh, doodads there. I'm getting rid of the doodad channel. What else could dogs do? Yeah, but would you want to send a dog... I wouldn't subject a dog to Walmart. They get the most... Although, might make people happier at Walmart. They come in, they're like, welcome to Walmart, welcome to Walmart, welcome to Walmart, welcome to Walmart. Maybe they'll be happier. Maybe they'll just be happier patrons of Walmart. How about dog pizza delivery? I don't trust dogs to deliver pizza. I really don't. God bless them and all they do, but I don't trust dogs to deliver pizza. I don't trust them not to eat the pizza. Or at least take some cautionary sniffs. Yeah, I don't... Maybe some breeds, but as a whole, I think there would be too many accidents. How about dog janitor? Not janitor, like, but like a dog like picking up trash. Like you train a dog to pick up trash, and like if it goes and picks up a can or something, it gets like a little treat. Something like that. Like we shouldn't have to have the dogs do that, but they like finding stuff anyways. So I mean, couldn't hurt. Dog as mall Santa, I think, is what I really would go for. Like Santa has to go on break for a few minutes, comes out, and it's just Sandy. I'm trying to think of like other jobs, but all the jobs I'm thinking of, they're already doing. Like the job I can think of best for a dog, like the best job a dog can do, other than maybe like rescuing people, would be like a hospital care dog. Go to channel 119. I can go back in my history. Hold on. No history. Oh wait, no I can't. Has it played? Dog migrant farmer. I think you're right. A dog would make a great farmer. Just put it on. I can't put it on. It doesn't work like that anymore. Post it in the Twitch viewer and I can do that. I, at some point, will get that functionality working, but that is a long time in the... Oh, that GIF. Gotcha. Yeah, I do need to make some functionality to be able to do a specific channel, but I'm not there right now. The best I can do is I can go back in the history and see what's been done, but I can't directly affect Roar TV, which is sad, but you know, that's the price you pay for 573,000 channels and a much smaller size format. I wasn't able to do this before, obviously, because GIFs are huge. Titling the archives? What do you mean? Titling the archives? Dog masseuse? Oh, I forgot about the Discord, by the way. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you. What was I going to say? Could you imagine a dog masseuse? Finn would love it. Finn's already loves being a dog masseuse. Dogs love putting their paws all over people. It's like if dogs could have their way, they would be all over everybody at all times. Where's my Discord? There it is. They get the biscuits. I tell you what, I saw Truvy has been sitting on the back of the recliner, like almost exclusively. And I think it's because it gets her away from Finn. I'm going to keep that channel, even though it uses the, even though it has the credits, because it's the end of Sticky Gecko, which is a great episode. Guys, 2 nights from now, on Saturday, we will be doing season 2 of the Bluey season tier list. So get your excitement hats out, because we're gonna go over a whole bunch more episodes. It's gonna be exciting. What about a dog that takes care of a macaw for you? Oh god, that'd be sick. Oh man, if I could teach a dog that would just take care of the macaw, I could feed the macaw. I could feed and water the macaw. But the idea of like cleaning the cage, nah, mate. And you know what? I think the I think the sound would be really irritating, and I'd get really sick of it after about 5 minutes. But maybe if I had like an aviary, like an outdoor aviary, they could just go and be out there. What is self-diagnosis night? We're going to be taking a whole bunch of quizzes. So similar to, I remember the autism quiz that we took last year, and I didn't necessarily want to redo that exact quiz, but I found another bunch of them like it, and if we somehow get through all of them, we won't. We can go back to the quiz we took last year. That's a cockatoo. Macaws are pretty quiet. Not African greys. I can promise you, African greys ain't quiet. My aunt has, or had, I'm assuming still has at this point, a African gray macaw, and it is annoying. It is an annoying bird. Very cool bird, very smart bird. Gray parrots are not macaws. African gray are African greys are macaws, I'm pretty sure. I thought they were. African gray. Are they not macaws? Huh. I stand corrected. Well, they're still loud as shit. But that's neither here nor there, I guess. So, like, what's a good kind of macaw? You know what? When I was in 8th grade, my teacher had a cockatoo. Like one of those big, huge, big white birds. One of those big, enormous birds. What kind of a portal run are you doing? I'm kind of thinking of doing the original voice. I've done the portal or the text-to-speech voice for a few years, and I'm like, I think we can. Maybe it's time to do just a regular old portal. It's not going to be anything special. I just haven't done portal in a while, and I feel like we need to do a portal once a year or so. Let me take a look at some of the here's some of the things we have for diagnosis night. We have ADHD quiz, we have a cognitive functions test, we have a psychopath test. That's the sort of thing we'll be looking at. Standard one is your blue and yellow macaw. I'm gonna look up macaw. Oh. Oh. New World Parrot. Imagine if alarm clocks hit you back in the morning. That would be truly alarming. You're not getting a laugh for that. You're not even getting a boo. You're getting a nothing for that, Willow. That was a bad joke. I don't think I would like the red and green macaw. Just because I feel like they're very, like you said, very, like the one I just saw, like the one I just showed. This is the one I'm talking about, like the yellow, blue, and green. Very bog standard. Just straight up, if you've seen a macaw, that's what you've seen. Like that straight up every macaw you've ever seen has been that macaw. Very, very just standard. If I wanted a bird, which I don't, I would want something different. I would want something unique. Honestly, if I really wanted to get a bird, are you allowed to own a crow? Is there any laws against having a crow? Cannot own a crow legally. Really? No, owning a crow as a pet in Florida is generally not legal. Really? Wildlife as a personal pet. All right, I'm just going to put this right into the content folder. This needs to be explored. Don't want to own a Jim Crow. They're huge and so are their poops. I'm assuming I don't want to own one, but are toucans covered under that same law? Can you own a toucan? They can be owned in Florida, but it's necessary to obtain the necessary permits. Alright, I'm just going to have ChatGPT do this. Alright, I'm just going to put this in the content. You want to get a toucan, Kitty? Gonna put this in the, there we go. Excellent. Sorry, you couldn't see any of that. I was putting permit pages into the into my bookmarks. The problem with owning something like a toucan is that to properly take care of it, you need to like actually make food for it. You need to like cut up fruits. You need to take it out for exercise. Bandat 5, no. I think that's a no. I think I'm going to interpret that as a no. Getting some subtle vibes. There was somebody I watched on YouTube for a while that owned a toucan, and then one day they do the update you really hate getting from animal vloggers, that it's like 13 minutes of my toucan died and I'm sad about it. And don't get me wrong, I would be devastated too. I just don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch you be sad. I'm sorry. I bet I will give you your thumbs up, hug, whatever. I don't want to watch you cry about you, Toucan, for 13 minutes. But I get it. Be cathartic. Do whatever you need to do. I don't want to hear it. Toucans are more difficult than things in the parrot family. They're so cute, though. They make little, like, clicking sounds when they want to talk. They come up to you like... Honestly, all birds are a lot of damn work. If I wanted to get a bird, what is happening on Rourke TV? Not a good channel, that's what. If I wanted to get a bird, I would want to get the same... I have the same rule for birds, I think, that I would have for mice. Like, if I was going to get a mouse, I wouldn't get a mouse. I would get 40 mice. I'd get 40 mice... and it would be like my fish tank. Give them enough room, of course. You don't want them to be, you know, huddled together or anything. You want to give them space, but I want a whole bunch of mice or a whole bunch of animals. That you knew where I was going with this. You knew where I was going with it. Exactly. If I would want a shit ton of finches. Finches are exciting. Finches... YouTube. Yeah, sure, Google. Access my information. Zebra flinches. Galapagos. Okay, I lost interest. Parakeets? No, thank you. I don't want parakeets. I don't want lovebirds. I had a lovebird before. Didn't particularly, didn't do a lot for me. He was fine. They were fine, but didn't really do a ton for me. What are parakeets? Are parakeets the one that... Ooh, no thank you. No thank you. I don't like the... I don't really dig parakeets. No disrespect to parakeets. I'm weird about their faces, about their beaks. Love me some lovebirds, though. Lovebirds are great birds. I don't want to have one, but they're fun to look at. I know I just said I don't want a lovebird, but they're fun to look at. I just don't think I'm a particularly good pet owner because I'm very lazy and very self-interested. And I'm very out of sight, out of mind, which is unfortunate for pets, which is why I try. Finn doesn't let me do that. Finn is like, oh, you don't want to play with me? Go fuck yourself. You're playing with me. But with like Truvy, I can tell ever since I moved to the office, I can get a vibe of I'm being a little sad. And plus, when we got Finn too, Truvy has definitely gotten a little more not happy with everything that's going on. It's like she lost seeing me a lot more than she used to. Like, she lost seeing me all the time every night, and she now has a mortal enemy. That's rough. That's rough for Truvy, man. I don't blame her for being upset with the mutt, which is unfortunate because I have to be mad at her when she like gets really mad, when she starts like striking and biting and stuff. We are at this point, I am at least this point sure that she could not kill Finn even if she wanted to. There's no way that Finn would let her do that much damage. He would get away. Back when he was young, a lot smaller, he would cower. He would like get into a corner and turn belly up and be like, "Hey, please don't kill me," kind of look. But nowadays, he's ready to throw down. He's ready to fight anytime they are, and I think the cats have realized that. And Finn called their bluff, and they, for the most part, just want to stay away from him. All that being said, I do try, and Truvy loves everyone in this house except for the damn dog. And I cannot necessarily blame her. Think of it this way. Think you're the size of a bread box, and something only slightly smaller than you bounds at you every time. Imagine a Great Dane that you live with, but even bigger, like a wolf-sized Great Dane. That every time you open the door, it was all up in your shit. I think I too would be upset with this mongrel dog. It's a shame because I think they could both use a friend. Like, the humans are their friends, sure, but not really, not in the way they need to be. But we probably will not be getting another cat. At least not anytime soon. Mongrel dog? Mongol? I didn't say Mongol. Did I say Mongol? I meant to say mongrel. Mongol dog is a very different thing. Mongol's my favorite kind of horde. I gotta say, this power wash map is incredibly uninteresting. I have nothing to say about the power wash fountain, which is probably why we've been talking about birds for an hour and a half. Talking about birds, North Korean cartoons. I don't think I've found anything interesting to say about this damn fountain. There's a whole lot of graffiti. It's not letting me use my really good... What is on Roar TV? Oh, bad. Does Mrs. Doubtfire have any actual nudity in it? Because I don't think I've vetted any. What kind of music do you think cats would enjoy? None. I don't think cats like music. I think that things like Cat Jam are our way of personifying the animals, but I don't think cats enjoy music. I think cats like silence. They like being able to hear where their prey is. Ramen's cock is on screen. I'm trying to remember if there was ever an ass. Was there an ass? I'm not super concerned if there is a man ass. I just don't remember if Mrs. Doubtfire had an ass. Music. Ah! Kitty's funnier than the stupid Willow's jokes. Most you'd get is man ass. Man ass could get you with a PG. Let's be real. This is how it worked in the 90s. You could pretty much do anything but show cockhead, and you're gonna get a PG. PG, an R will get you full frontal. Now, if you're a lady and you show your butt, that's an automatic PG-13. Automagic. That's what I said. I didn't mean to say it, but I said it again. You have to be 13 to use Twitch. Do you guys remember that 18 hours where Twitch was like, as long as it's artistic, you can put whatever dicks and vaginas you want on the screen. Body parts are natural. And then I think somebody in Twitch Legal was like, oh, fucking no. And then they immediately turned tail. That was a very fun 24 hours or however long it was. It was not very long at all. Point is, I don't know why it matters. I don't. I really don't. I don't know how they can make the distinction of if it's happening in a game, you can do it. Probably because they don't want to deal with that. Or maybe it's the idea of, hey, just showing an ass that happens to be on screen is one thing, but focusing on Native American art of boobies long enough that it gets onto your thumbnail might be another can of beans entirely. Probably have to go up to the roof of this thing. And by roof, I mean the very tippy top. How many times did this fountain get tagged? There's graffiti everywhere up here. It's ridiculous. Part of me really wants to talk about the, Scream, what was it called? Scream Boat? The horror movie based on the Mickey Mouse. But I can't. I can't talk about it now, because then what would I talk about during the actual movie review? I'm certainly not swimming in movies I've seen this month, but Jesus, what a bad movie. And I know that was the intent, but Jesus, what a bad movie. I think the people that wait until January 1st just so they can see what cool properties go on to being in the public domain, they are not creative. They aren't. Why you end up with the same stupid bullshit every time. Hey, Winnie the Pooh isn't under copyright anymore. Let's make him murder people. Hold on. Let's make him murder people. Let's do the same for Mickey Mouse. Let's do the same for every single storyline anybody's ever had. Have I seen Danny Gonzalez's Radio Rebel video? Probably. I think we've seen all of them, but I don't remember. I don't remember the content. I'd probably remember it if I saw it. Yeah, most likely next stream, the self-diagnosis night, will be doing a lot of personality slash self-diagnosing illness nights. What a bad movie. I don't remember what the movie was about. We watched a movie with Sydney Sweeney in it about vampires, and it stars Debbie Ryan, and she does the stupid Radio Rebel face. I need to watch another Bond. Oh, God. Do a barrel roll. I need to watch another Bond fairly soon. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've sort of gone off of the list. Like, for example, the last movie I watched was Scream Boat, and not only is that movie not on the list, I never would have imagined putting it on the list. It doesn't deserve to be on the list, but I watched it, and I'm kind of getting sick of the movies that are on the list, and I'm just going to watch more movies that I actually want to, because I'm running into this situation where I'm dreading some of the movies that are coming up, and I'm just like, this isn't fun. Let me just skip watching James Bond movie and check YouTube for women being abused. The point of the list is to say that I've done it, and I've always wanted to be the kind of person who can say, hey, I've seen all of the James Bonds. That is, I don't know if it's something to be proud of, is what came to mind first. I'm not sure if that's correct. That is an accomplishment, regardless of the fact that James Bond is an incredibly problematic character. I can say that I personally have seen everything he's done. You watched all of them a few years ago? So bad. I watched Moonraker. Are they all bad because they're boring or because they're just bad? Because just bad I can handle all day long. Like, just bad don't bother me none. You could be real boring, and that's way worse. One of the things that's nice about the James Bond is that as long as you keep even remote attention on the story, you can sort of multitask while you're watching it and you don't miss a damn thing. And they're all so similar. Like Moonraker aside, which had Space Fight, which was incredibly stupid and amazing, a lot of the ones I've seen all felt very samey. Probably going to be quite a bit, I would hope, at the very tip top. There's dirt everywhere I look. Have you guys ever played Echo the Dolphin? Wild topic shift, by the way, but I was thinking about the schedule coming up. Next week, we will be doing, or attempting to do, Echo the Dolphin. I've played bits and pieces of Echo the Dolphin, but I don't think I've gotten past the first level. I played it a lot when Innoventions was a thing. What's been my favorite map so far? Oh, my favorite map. Excuse me. Whew. Getting sleepy. I like the back garden. That's a fun one. Skate park was interesting. The washroom was fun. The Helter Skelter was kind of annoying, but it was fun to be in the Helter Skelter. The Ferris wheel was fun. Probably one of the special maps, actually. I really like the excuse me. I really like the cruise ship. The cruise ship was a fun one. I think that they force you to use these crappy hoses, because if you use the more expensive ones, you can always get the tri-prong trident, which makes things a lot easier. What's been your favorite map so far, Kitty? The the Alice in Wonderland maps were really fun, now that I'm thinking about them. Like, all of those, for the most part, were really good. Probably get a little more percent and end up calling it relatively soon. I am doing okay at the moment, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little sleepy. Borderman attempts to fix Tower of Babel. I beg pardon? What prompt did I use for that? What was that one meme? It's like, damn girl, are you the Tower of Babel? Because you're stacked in defiance of God, and I go in tongues when you go down, or something along those lines. Do a little hop. I'm doing all sorts of hops. I'm a hoppy boy. Maybe we'll get to 90%. I think 90% is a good threshold. Anything out here on this outer rim? This whole area is taking so much longer than I thought. No, little one? I don't think you can. This is the most you can hop. Like just that. Maybe if you had a controller, but I'm using mouse and keyboard. Like this is, I'm just basically just tiny tapping, and that's about the least you can do. That said, all my bitching aside, this place is looking real good. Now, if I could do this with soap, might make this easier. Do I have any soap? Pretty sure I don't. Pretty sure I don't have any soap. Got metal cleaner and stone cleaner. Is there any stone? There is stone. Pulling a lot of season 2 episodes, and I like that. Not sure if this is helping or not. Use the extender stick. There we go. A lot more metal than you would think. Is this all stone? It is. Alright, that soap's not worth it. You're very close to 90%. Just get it done. Oh god, there's like an outside front too. And I can see a whole bunch of dirt up there at the top. Let's just get this so we don't forget about it for next time. This will probably put us pretty close. Yeah, that was 88%. We just need 2 more percent. Now, do we have a... No. We did not bring the scaffolding, which is a little annoying. Do they expect me to parkour? I can probably do it if I need to, but are they really expecting the person they hired to parkour to the top? I unfortunately have a feeling that the time estimates were accurate. And had I paid more attention... Actually, I probably would have picked this anyways. We got to finish this map at some point. Why not tonight / next time? Because I'm definitely going to leave that at least 10% to do for next time. Also, just as a quick caveat, might have reached the so tired we're babbling stage. So if I say something really fucked up, that's why. I don't mean to. And I am trying really hard, so I don't think it's fair to be criticized about it at all. So just so we know. Just as a heads up.
I am
Very disappointed.
Bye.
Bye. My gnome is good. Let's grab this inside rim. This map was very deceiving. 89%. We just need 1 more percent. requiring a lot of using the direct spray, like the red spray. Like way more than a lot of maps, surprisingly a lot. We can get there. We can get into 90% without needing outside, like going up to the top. Anything else in the front? Grab all this. I guess we're only a little early. With as big as this map is, I'm surprised we got as far as we did. Part of me really wants to do Portal 2 at some point, but I think that would end up sucking, and the only reason I am willing to play Portal more than once is because the whole run takes like an hour and change, so... Portal 2 takes a lot longer. And even knowing where to go, it takes straight up at least 2 or 3 times longer. Minimum. Come on, we can get this last percent. I have faith.
We can't bust heads like we used to.
But we have our ways.
One trick is to tell them stories that don't go anywhere.
Like the time I fought the ferry over to Shelbyville?
I needed a new heel for my shoe. So, I decided to go to Morganville.
Which is what they called Shelbyville in those days.
So I tied an onion to my belt.
Which was the style at the time.
Now, to take the ferry cost a nickel. And in those days, nickels had pictures of bumblebees on them. Give me 5 B's for a quarter, you'd say. Now,
where were we? Oh, yeah.
The important thing was that I had an onion on my belt, which was the style at the time. They didn't have white onions because of the war. The only thing you could get was those big yellow ones.
Look, it's an old guy, and he's saying stuff. Grab all this trash from under the seats. He is a hungry cat. That is a cat. Could you imagine teaching your cat to do that? I'm sure they didn't do it on purpose, but being a cat and learning that that's okay to do, wild to me. Anyways, that's 90%. I am so sleepy. That was fun. I am going to go to bed. Next time, Thursday, self-diagnosis night. We're going to be taking a bunch of really cool quizzes and stuff. If you recall, when we did the recently we did the moral test, similar to that. Should be fun. That, however, is in 2 days. I'm going to sleep. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We will finish the map next time, which will probably be in like a few days. Bye. Mwah.
I want to let you folks know you've been a lousy audience. So get lost. See you later.